What we often lack as adults is repeated exposure to the same people so that we can get to know them gradually and naturally, and possibly decide to deepen the relationship if we like them. So what's key to new friendships is making sure you've opportunity to do this repeated exposure to people. If it's not naturally in your life, you must create it. The best way to do this is to follow an interest, something you like doing, and which brings you in contact with a group, one which meets regularly and the same faces every week. Ideally too, the group have a similar demographic, that's DEMOGRAPHIC. Demographic means similar age, similar lifestyle, more likely to have things in common then. It could be a gym or a running club, could be a theatre or an art group, if that's your thing. You find people online perhaps that want to visit the same things that you do. Or a book club, or a chess club, or a tennis club where you might find a partner. It could even be your English language conversation group, your housemates, or your neighbours. One of the things which I found, I'm friends with other psychotherapists. There are automatically common interests and many fascinating conversations to be had too. That's an easy one for me. But I also don't want to just be friends with psychotherapists. It's good to have lots of other people too. Have you ever noticed how some of your co-workers aren't interested in making friends? They may already have a full social calendar. You can't assume this, but sometimes people have enough friends already and they just don't have the capacity to make any more. When people are good at friendships, it usually means they're good at maintaining those friendships too. They put effort in, they're in contact with people regularly. They arrange to meet up, to keep the friendship alive. All of this takes time and effort, and we collect friendships as we go through life from different places. So if you prioritise your friendships, you tend to keep them. But this is time and effort, and perhaps you can only maintain a certain number of friendships. Good to recognise that some people have reached friendship saturation and aren't really interested in making new friends. Have you ever made a friend suddenly in a crisis? Sometimes dramatic events can bring us really close really quickly to other people. And personal attributes too, your character, that matters. It can determine how well you do making friendships. You have to be approachable, friendly looking. Humour is useful. That's a good way to engage with people, make people laugh. A particular personality I notice in my work make friends really easily. That's the histrionic personality, Histrionic. These people automatically engage with others. They share a lot about themselves. Everyone knows their business, all about them. Of course, this can go too far, but they do give other people a lot to engage with, and therefore they make themselves memorable to other people. The opposite, one of the things that socially anxious people find difficult and awkward, is talking about themselves. You have to put yourself out there. Be prepared to talk about yourself. Another thing which is crucially important, being prepared to make the invitation when you judge that the time is right. Friendships often need that nudge to move from the acquaintance zone to the friendship zone. When you've got to know someone a little and you think you might like them, do you fancy going for a coffee? Or why don't you come round to my house and I'll help you with X or Y? You extend the relationship so that you're not just meeting in the original context because you're thrown together. You're now choosing to meet. You're meeting by choice. Have you got the confidence to make that first move? And by the way, here's a quick tip on making friends in the UK. On the whole, Northerners tend to be more open and quicker to make friends. Whereas folks down south, they take a bit longer to warm up. Just a quirky UK fact for you. People in the north of the UK engage more quickly and are more open and friendly at the first meeting. You might get chatting in the sauna or on a train and make a connection. In the south of the UK, by contrast, I think that people can be a little bit more reserved. It just takes longer to be open. You have to meet a person more times before this happens. They're still friendly, but just takes longer. Just a tip in case you move here. Do you resonate with what I've talked about today? Or is your experience different? Do you have enough friendships? Or even too many, perhaps? Or have you just moved somewhere new and you're looking to make new friends? As ever, it's great to hear from you and about your experiences. Enough for now. Have a lovely day. Speak to you again soon. Goodbye.